Okay, so all you need to do to prepare your beetroot initially is just take off the tops, leave inch or 2 inches here. You can save these leaves and eat them like spinach, just wilt them over some steamed water. You can eat those, they're absolutely fine to eat. So we're going to do the other 7 beetroots the same. You're going to leave the roots on. If you take all this off now, it's just going to bleed into the water and into the liquor, and it won't be so nice. So we're going to leave these tops on, boil them for half an hour, and then when that's done, you can just squeeze them and the skins come straight off. Then we can trim them and slice them, pop them in the jars. So we've done that. We'll do the other 7. We'll pop them in the water. 9 beetroots, rinsed off, just to get the worst of the dirt. You don't have to get all of it, but just the worst of it. Wait for the water to boil. We'll pop those in and give them at least half an hour. Half an hour minimum, perhaps 40 minutes to make them nice and soft. We'll do that very shortly. Just waiting for the water to boil, and let's get on with making the pickling liquor. I'll say that again, the pickling liquor. Easy for you to say. Right. Okay, so we've got our pan of water here, which is going to boil. We're going to put the beetroot in there in a moment. In this pan we're going to make our pickling liquor, and in this big kilner pan we've got some jars which are sterilizing. That water's going to boil and it's going to sterilize those jars for us. So I do suggest you really invest in something like this if you want to pickle on a regular basis. Anyway, so the liquor is made of vinegar, and we're going to use 1 litre of vinegar, white vinegar, distilled vinegar. We're going to use 1/3 cup of salt, normal table salt will do. You can buy pickling salt if you want. I really don't think it makes too much difference. And 1 cup of sugar, just regular white sugar. We're going to add to that some black mustard seeds, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of cloves. Again, don't get too tied up with these quantities. It's about 1 teaspoon, just do it, and I promise you it will taste fine. We're going to water down our liquor with 1 pint of water, and we're going to, after we've boiled and skinned the beetroot, we're going to pop it using this little device into the jars, and this is for picking the jars out. So we'll crack on, shall we? So here we go, we've got our pan, and we've got our 1/3 cup of salt and our cup of sugar. And there you go. All our bits and bobs, mustard seeds, cloves, etc. And our vinegar. Maybe we can get this top out, make that a bit quicker. Maybe we can't. Okay. Surely we can. Here we go. So it's 1 litre of vinegar. This is 500 ml actually, but we're going to put 2 of these in. There we go. Doesn't matter what brand you use really. Use a brand name if you want to. You can use a supermarket brand. They're very, very similar, if not exactly the same. Oops. Don't really want the lid in there, do we? Right, pop that in. Now we put this on the boil and we bring it to boil and let all the salt and sugar melt down and dissolve into the liquid, into the liquor. Very, very, very simple. Okay, so everything's coming along now. We've got our liquor, our vinegar and salt and sugar and our little herbs and spices going on. They're all boiling up. That's going to dissolve down and be lovely in a moment. This water's almost at the boil. We're going to pop our beetroots in there for half an hour, and the jars are getting nice and sterilised in the big pan. So we're doing well at the moment. It's a pretty easy process, to be fair. You should definitely give it a go. We have a little taste just to make sure it's the sort of flavour we like. Ooh, yes. Kind of takes your breath away, which is about right. That's about the right flavour. Okay, putting a lid on this pan has helped it come to a rolling boil. Probably should have done that to start with. We're going to pop our beets in there. And there you go. Obviously they're room temperature, so they've made it drop down the temperature of the water. Put that back on, let that come back to a boil and leave it for half an hour. Okay, that's time to take the beetroot out. I've prodded it with a skewer. You can see it's gone red. It went in very easily. You can do that to check they are cooked. If you leave them long enough, as we've said, they'll be fine. So take them out. Very hot, obviously. Now these are really warm, so you need to be careful you don't burn your hands. See how we get on. The tops come off very easily. Squeeze them, they're off. Squeeze them like that, the skin starts to come off, you can pull the roots off. All comes off. There you go. Again, squeeze. Rub them off. The bits come off. Easy peasy. So they are very warm, but it's not a difficult job. I'll crack on and do the rest of these. You can come back in a second. And once you've peeled them, you just need to slice them. Not too difficult. It's less difficult if you haven't got a plate full of them. And now, of course, we need our jars out. probably got too many jars here. It's better to have too many jars than not enough. Wipe the tops to make sure they're clean. That's when I realise that doesn't fit that particular jar. Fantastic. Of course, the one drawback with using non-specific jars is that you might find your beetroot doesn't necessarily fit. Of course, you might find that some of your jars don't fit this gizmo, so you'll just have to carefully do this. Luckily, we don't have too much liquor left. Quickly wipe this. These tops, if they got a good seal, should pop down, and they won't do that when they've cooled. But that's going to take a while because these are very warm. So anyway, that is how to pickle homegrown beetroot, or any beetroot. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and all the best going forward. Stay safe, don't catch a virus, take care of yourself.